Pierre Poilievre, a man of the people. Pierre Poilievre says that he's out for the little guy, and despite the fact that conservatives by definition seek to conserve the wealth and the power of the wealthy and the powerful, Mr. Poilievre still manages to answer Jordan Peterson's question here with a straight face. Take a look.
Okay, so there's a lot of distrust, generally speaking, in relationship to, I would say, establishment organizations and political elites all across the West. A lot of that well-earned. Why should Canadians believe that the vision that you just laid out is something that you hold personally dear and not merely what would you say, a set of carefully calculated campaign slogans?
Well, I look back at everything I've done for my entire political career to the time I was a teenager. You know, some people even dug up my old university essays, and I've been saying precisely the same thing the entire time. You know, when I was 20, I wrote an essay as Prime Minister, I would, and the title was Building Canada on Freedom. And the entire piece was about making the government small and maximizing personal freedom. So that's basically what I'm doing now, As
interesting as Mr. Poilievre's university essay sounds, why don't we just take a look at his actual record and see where Mr. Poilievre has stood on protecting the interests of the working class when voting in the House of Commons over the course of his political career.
Good idea.
Mr. Poilievre voted against initiatives to make housing affordable and address Canada's housing crisis in 2006, and 2009, and 2010, 2013, and 2014, when the Conservatives were in power, and again in 2018 and 2019 as a member of the official opposition. Mr. Poilievre was housing minister in Stephen Harper's Conservative government, which allowed 800,000 affordable rental units to be sold off to corporate landlords and developers. It's worth noting here that under the Stephen Harper Conservative government, average home prices increased in Canada by 75%. Under the Liberal government, they've only increased by 45%. Yet, when Pierre Poilievre was housing minister, he refused to do anything about it. As a minister in Stephen Harper's government, Mr. Poilievre supported bills like C-377 and C-525, which attempted to bury unions in bureaucracy and make it harder for workers to form unions. In 2012, Mr. Poilievre voted to increase the age of eligibility for old age security and the guaranteed income supplement from 65 to 67. Despite the fact that he qualified for a $120,000 a year pension at the age of 31. Between 2004 and 2023, Mr. Poilievre voted against federal anti-scab legislation not once, not twice, but 8 times. A man of the people. In his 20 years as an MP, Mr. Poilievre has voted against protecting the environment over 400 times.
Did I do that?
That sounds like a lot, but it's just an average of 20 times a year.
Not bad. Not bad.
Now, I trust most of viewers understand that smaller government is conservative code speak for withdrawing government services, and personal freedom is code speak for letting corporations and wealthy investors do whatever the heck they want. In fact, I guarantee you that if the guardrails of our democracy came off completely, a Conservative Party without checks and balances would happily remove even the most basic and foundational government services, all in the name of smaller government.